Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing something really fun that I'm so excited to do. We are going to be preparing for blindly choosing my December TBR. So I have a bunch of Christmas and holiday vibe books, or like winter vibe books that I want to read in December, but I don't know which ones I want to choose. All of them sound so good to me, and so I get stuck on knowing or deciding which one I want to read. So I decided that I wanted to blindly choose my TBR, and if you haven't seen videos like this before, I'll explain a little bit about it. So I bought some brown craft paper, and I'm just gonna wrap up all of my books and number them, and then from there I'm gonna have a jar. I'm gonna put a bunch of pieces of paper in there that are numbered, and I'm gonna write the numbers as well on the books on the spine, and then I'm gonna blindly choose one of the papers from the jar at random, and that'll be the book that I read. So I'm really excited to do this. I've wanted to do this for a while now, and I've seen Sarah Crowley do it. I think Destiny Sidwell might have done it. Also Haley Pham for sure did it as well, and it just looks so fun. I remember them doing it last year and loving the mystery of wondering what they were gonna pick next with them. So I wanna do that today with you guys. The other thing too, I didn't have a ton of holiday books like physically with me that I hadn't already read. I had a few from last year, of course, that I already read, and I wanted some new ones for this season. So I went and bought these two in my Black Friday book shopping video. If you didn't see that already, go back and make sure to watch that. That was a really fun short video that I did and brought you guys with me to Target because they had a Black Friday deal going with their books. So I got 2 books from that, and then I also ordered some on Amazon during the Cyber Monday deal, and I also saw one that's on Kindle Unlimited that's on my list that I want to read. And I'm probably just gonna look on Kindle Unlimited for some of the other ones, or at my library if it comes to it, to read some more holiday books. But I already have plenty of books here and a few more in these packages, so I should be fine. I'm not too worried. Let's get into it and get wrapping all of these books, and then we will number them at random. No judgment on my wrapping skills. I don't know how they're gonna be with this paper because normally I wrap with normal wrapping paper. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm excited to do this. Also, let me open the Amazon packages that I got with the books that I ordered. This one has one holiday book and one that's definitely not a holiday book. If you had been with me, this is a really, really sad, heartbreaking book, but a lot of people have read it and absolutely loved it. So I got it because I've been wanting to get it for a while, and it was at a huge discount. So I said, screw it, I'm gonna get it while it's on the Cyber Monday deal, and I'll read it at some point. So we set that to the side, but the other book in the package is The Holiday Swap. This is one of the books that I heard last year people recommended that was really, really good. These two girls are sisters, and I don't know if they know each other ahead of time. I think they do. Yeah, okay, so these two are sisters and they're twins, and they live in completely different states or areas of the world. I don't know if one lives in a different country or not, but they for sure live like completely different areas. And when they were younger, I guess they switched places once, or like used to do that for fun when they were younger, and they haven't done it in a long time. So they decided to swap places and live in each other's places and live their lives and just pretend they are the other sister for a while, and I guess they each find love. It reminds me of, do you remember the show or the movie? It was on Netflix. There's I think 2 or 3 of them, and it's with Vanessa Hudgens. And she plays she plays one character and the twin sister and acts them both out. I can't remember what it's called. I'll put the cover of the movie. But I really, really loved watching those movies at Christmas time. It was so fun and such a neat idea. So this gives me that vibe, and it also gives me Parent Trap vibes, of course. So I'm excited to read this one. I've heard really good things about it, and it just sounds like such a cute, fun read. So that is one of them. And this one I also heard of last year. Most of the ones on my list I heard of last year and wrote them down so that I could get them for next Christmas because I couldn't buy them all at once. This one is Window Shopping. Window Shopping is part of, I think, a series by Tessa Bailey. Within the series, there's like multiple books that are in the same town, and I think they're on different characters. And this is just one of the books in the series that's like kind of like acts like a standalone. Like all of them are kind of standalones, but they have connected characters, so you can read them in order, but you don't have to. And this one is just one that was like themed to the holidays and to Christmas. So I decided I'm not gonna worry about reading the other ones first. It sounded really good. And I honestly can't remember anymore what it's about, but I remember thinking it sounded really good last year when I heard about it. On the back it says, 2 weeks before Christmas and all through Manhattan, shop windows are decorated in red and green satin. I'm standing alone in front of the famous Vivant department store when a charming man named Aiden asks my opinion of the decor. It's a tragedy in tinsel, I say, unable to lie. He asks for a better idea with a twinkle in his eye. Did I know he owned the place? No. He put me on the spot. Now I'm working for that man, trying to ignore that he's hot. But as a down on her luck girl with a difficult past, I know an opportunity when I see one, and I have to make it last. I'll put my heart and soul into dressing his holiday windows. I'll work without stopping. And when we lose the battle of temptation, I'll try and remember I'm just window shopping. That sounds so good. And I wonder if there's a meaning behind why it's all written in a poem, but it sounds so cute. So it's definitely workplace romance, and she likes her boss. So I love that so much. And it just sounds like a really cute, good book. And also it's a really short book. It's not even 300 pages. So that'll be a fun one to read. I'm excited about that. The last package I have, this one sounded so cute as well, and it's about books too. It's called The Mistletoe Motive, and look at this cover. It's so cute. I'm obsessed with it. It's so darling, and I love the color of it and everything. So this one is a really short one as well. It's only, I think it's under, oh my gosh, it's not even 200 pages. Wow, it's really, really short. But this one, I think they both work at the same bookstore, and yeah, it's Grumpy Sunshine trope. So he loathes the holidays and she loves them. And he's always like the Grinch at work, and she absolutely loves it. And I think she probably tries to change his mind to be more into the holidays and convince him that the holidays are great. I don't know. They work at a bookshop together, and it just looked so cute. And I think it was Larry Reed's. Larry recommended this book. She had seen it and said it was really cute, really good. And so I said, yes, absolutely. When the queen recommends it, I get it. So I got that one too. So those are added to the pile. The other books in the pile are Anna Holidays by Christina Lauren, which is one of the books I got during that Black Friday shopping with me video. And the other one that I got in that video was Snowed In for Christmas. And this one just sounded like a really cute rom-com. Then I'll set those aside because those aren't Christmas. So we'll do all the Christmas books first. The next one is One Day in December. I got this last year and I never ended up reading it, so I wanted to read it this Christmas. But this one is a heavy, thick book. Like, it doesn't necessarily look like it, but it feels heavy and thick, so I think that the pages themselves are thicker than normal, and it's also almost 400 pages. So that's fun. But I heard good things about it last year. I don't remember who recommended it, but I was just in the mood to have some Christmas books, and I watched a couple videos and saw some people recommend different ones, and I was like, okay, sounds good, I'm sold. So this was one of the ones I got. This one sounds super cute. The main girl doesn't really believe in love at first sight, and she hasn't been in a relationship in a long while, but she's on this bus and she comes across this man on the bus, and she, I don't know, is like really drawn to him, attracted to him. Then she doesn't get a chance to talk to him when they get off the bus. Time goes on and she doesn't see him anymore, but she's hoping she'll cross paths with him again because she really liked him and wanted to talk to him. But her roommate brings home this new guy, this new boyfriend, and it happens to be the guy that she saw on the bus. That's all I remember about it, and it sounded so good. It sounds so interesting. So I'm curious to see where this book will go. And it looks like it's over the span of a decent chunk of time, because I see like little pages throughout, like markers throughout the book of different years. 2012, 2013, I saw 2014. So it's over the span of a few years, which is interesting. And it sounds like a really good book, so I'm excited to read it. It's set in London, which is so cool too. So One Day in December, I'm excited. I really hope I get to read that one this month, and even if I don't know, I'm gonna try and pick that one. The next one I have is by Tessa Bailey, and this is called Wreck the Halls. Tessa Bailey is a really popular author, and she came out with this Christmas holiday book this year. And so I definitely immediately grabbed this one up because it sounded really good and a lot of people were talking about it, and I wanted to give it a shot myself and see what it was all about. So it's called Wreck the Halls. It sounds really good. So Melody is the main character and Beat Dawkins is the other main character, which is interesting that his name is Beat. The reason being, they're both kids of famous singers. So Beat, he is the lead singer's son in this band that Melody's mom is a part of, or was a part of. And this book is based on the premise of Melody being asked to get her mom's band back together. And the lead singer in that band, like I said, is Beat's father. And Melody and Beat, both their names, I can't handle. I can't handle that. I don't know if that's gonna be too distracting with reading this book. Melody is not the type of person that her parents are. Her style is staying out of the limelight. She doesn't want to be on TV or be famous or anything like that. She spends her days restoring old books, whereas Beat, the guy, he is the complete opposite. He loves being the center of attention. It says the camera loves him, he could charm the pants off anyone, and his mom is not a potential cult leader. So it sounds like an interesting book. Some people said that they were really excited to read it and said it sounded good, and so I said I'm gonna try it too. And any excuse to read another Christmas romance book, I'm all for it. So Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey. That is new this year, so I'm sure plenty of you have heard of it before. And then the last two books in my pile are not holiday books, but they just give me winter vibes. The first one is Hooked. This is a dark romance book, and you've probably heard me talk about this before if you're not new to my channel. This is a dark reimagining, retelling of Peter Pan. So this is covering Captain Hook, of course, which is why it's called Hooked. This is just one of them. They're all standalones in a series, the Never After series. This one, like I said, is covering Captain Hook, aka James, and there's one called Scarred. That one's covering Scar from The Lion King. One called Wretched, and I think that one's covering someone from Wizard of Oz. There's also one called Crossed, and I think that one's covering The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And there's probably one other one, I can't remember, but they're all, like I said, dark romance reimaginings of original fairy tale stories. And this one I heard Alexa Ray talking about a long while back, and she was absolutely obsessed with and loved it. I can't remember if this one still is her favorite because she's since then read more of the books in the series, but she absolutely loved this one. So I definitely wanted to read it. I've wanted to read it for a while, but I am so nervous. I've been putting it off for so long because I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not, because I absolutely love Disney movies. I'm such a classic Disney movie girly. I love all of those classic tales, and so reading retellings is one thing, but dark retellings where the villain is like the person that you're supposed to fall in love with throughout the book or root for makes me so nervous. So with this one, Captain Hook, aka James, falls in love with Wendy, I guess, and so I don't know. I'm nervous to see how that is, and especially with it being a dark romance, it's definitely not a young adult romance. So I'm nervous to see what this one's like, but I definitely still want to read it, especially if Alexa Ray says that she likes it. I definitely am going to give it a shot and trust her opinions. So Hooked is one of them on the list, and the last one is Shadow and Bone. I really want to get started on this whole, I think it's called Grishaverse. This is what it says. But this whole world, it's part of a trilogy. So Shadow and Bone, this is the first book in the trilogy, and then there's a duology that's separate but within the same universe as this, and I think there might be more books being added to that duology, but as of right now it's just a duology, and I don't know if or when more books will be added to it. But then there's one other, I think it's a trilogy that's part of this whole universe. So I looked up online and it said you're supposed to start with Shadow and Bone trilogy and then read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. So that's why I want to get started with Shadow and Bone and finally get into that whole universe, because a lot of people have said it's really, really good, especially Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. I know Sarah Crowley said she really loved that series, that duology, and so I really wanted to start reading these books too. And also it's part of a Netflix series. I think it's just called Shadow and Bone. So I eventually want to watch that series, but I want to read the books first. So I added it to my list for this month. So that is all of the books that I have that I want to wrap up and read. Hopefully some of these, most of these in December, we'll see. I'm a slow reader, as you guys know, or if you don't know, I am a slow reader, so I won't get to all these books, but I'm excited and hope to get to some of them. A lot of them are smaller, shorter books, so hopefully I'll be able to read a decent amount of them. But let's get to wrapping finally. Okay, it got super dark so fast while I was doing that. It took me about 40 minutes to do that, but I'm glad you guys didn't have to sit through that. We have all the books all ready to go and numbered. I'm so excited to start this, and I have the jar right here, the makeshift jar, aka a kitchen glass, with the numbers in it to choose from at random. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed, and let me know in the comments below if you have read any of these books before or want to read any of these books, and what your holiday TBR is for the month of December. Also, happy December. I'm so excited that it is December and it is finally Christmas time. I absolutely love Christmas time and all the vibes that come with it. The warm glow of the lights on the Christmas tree, all the decorations, treats and food and music and everything that comes with it. I absolutely love the Christmas time and December as a whole. So I am so excited to get started on these books, and like I said, let me know in the comments below what books you are looking forward to reading this month, and stay tuned for some future videos coming up on these books and what I end up choosing for the month. I'm so excited to see what books I end up reading. Make sure to like this video if you haven't already, and stay tuned for more to come, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!